Hey yo, welcome back. It's your boy, the one and only D the guy. And shit, I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Uh, them 10 likes came in type quick. I ain't even gonna lie. Damn, I think last time I checked, it was almost to 20. So I mean, here you go. Y'all must like it. So, but I ain't gonna lie. I'm kind of having fun with this one. This since this is a new one. Uh, I'm testing the waters here. I'm testing the waters, but it did pretty well, so guess I might continue it. Uh, just in case though, if y'all want a part three, just in case, if y'all want a part three, let's aim for 15 likes this time, cause y'all hit 10 likes rather quickly, so I think y'all can handle 15. But anyway, on to the story. Oh, and wait, hold on. Okay, so I'm gonna give a little shout, little quick shout out to Ravenclaw with it again. His his stuff popping, his what else be popping. So y'all go check that out. And this other dude, this other guy, Mister What If Man. I think that's what he is. Yeah, it's Mister What If Man. He only got one What If out now, but show the guy some love. You know, it's all y'all show him some love. He gonna upload more, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, let's see. And yeah, I'm just leave it at that, at least for now. At least, you know. Anyway, let's see. On to the story. Where I last left off, I left off on a cliffhanger, I believe. Yeah, I left on a giant fuck off explosion in the distance, and that was like, I wonder what that could be. And if y'all curious on how the sludge villain got away so fast, I mean it's sludge, it moves super fast. I don't know what y'all want. I don't know. I don't know, man. It moves super fast, like dumb fast. That's why it escaped that quickly, like that, like that. There it is. Um, but yeah, they go to the explosion. All Might had to depower up. Like, you know, he had to lose it, you know, he had to depower. And he had to power down a little bit because, you know, he had the time limit, whatever. So Deku sees what's happening and just see the sludge villain again, lots of fire. And he's like, okay, why aren't the heroes doing anything? And, you know, they was like, you know, their quirks are not suited for a situation like this. And, you know, Deku's like, that don't make no sense. That's what kind of heroes are y'all? Y'all suck. And then he just like, I guess. And then he actually looks and sees that it's Bakugo, and he's like, man. Mm. And he's thinking like, he's not really thinking. He's just walking towards them. And yeah, I didn't mention this because there was a lot about the powers I didn't mention, but this is just a little. This is going to be one of the only things like there's going to be something else I didn't mention, but I'm gonna bring that up when the time comes. But as of now, that's like this. He can store his abilities. Like he can store each ability. Like so, he can store like stone and beetle. So the only ones he have stored up at this point is stone, beetle, and ice and animal. Every other ability he don't really. Oh yeah, yeah. I gotta shit. Now I gotta remember what abilities I gave him. If I remember right, it was stone, water, animal, leaf, beetle, bomb, and ice. He doesn't have access to all of those at this point in time because you know he's not just gonna carry the things he need or save up on all of it. So he just saves off on the one he uses like the most. And yeah, so the ones he only got saved up right now is stone, beetle, ice. He just got beetle, so stone, beetle, ice, and animal. The other's not saved up. So he just slowly walks to it, and I forgot that dude name. Dead Arms? Was it Dead Arms that was there? Yeah, it was Dead Arms, and I think my lady was there too. They was like telling like Deku to back away. You shouldn't be in a situation like this, and he just looked back with a smile, with a smile on his face. Just a little stupid smile on his face. He's like, I got this, and so I don't know how it works in the Kirby games, but I'm just gonna say it like this. Um, he was thinking, all right, the only ability I have at the point in time that could even help me in this situation is either ice or water, and he didn't have water, so he just goes with ice and wait, hold on. So yeah, he transforms into Ice Deku, and he basically just have the hat and stuff like that. That's it. That's just imagine Deku wearing that, and you know, and he's still kind of taking his time, because had that still joyful look in his face, and his husband was like, "Hey kid, back away, whatever," because he his husband remembered Deku. Remember, Deku fucking him up, so he's like, "Hey man, I got a hostage, man, back away," and Deku he just freezes everything. Like, yeah, the only thing he doesn't freeze is obviously Bakugo. I mean, he's still, it's cold because there's so much ice everywhere, but everything else is pretty much frozen. Even the fire. I don't know how that works, but yeah, he froze the fire too. Yeah, no more Sledge villain. He just kind of, and after the fact, because he was just playing it cool. He was like, all right, well, I'm just gonna freeze everything, which Deku was like, huh, that actually worked. And then he kind of just tapped it twice, like ding ding, and then kind of just shattered. The sub villain is not dead or anything. He just kind of is in pieces. And yeah, and he told, and he was like, he asked Bakugo if he was alright and whatnot. Bakugo was like, freak. And Deku was like, ungrateful bastard. Okay, just saved your life. You're welcome. And Bakugo was like, I didn't need you to save me. And then Deku's like, pretty sure you almost died, so you're welcome. But in Deku's mind, at least, he said, well, it was technically my fault that I kind of distracted All Might and he dropped the thing, and yeah, so it's kind of my fault. So the press, and the heroes and all that. Hell, even All Might, All Might appeared. He was like, oh, I have no fear for I am here. And, All Might was like, this kid has great potential and stuff like that. And so, before I just realized, I just completely didn't even realize this. Before I even continue, do y'all want Deku to have one fall? Cause to me, if he does it, it'll make things swoosh. But if y'all want to give it to someone else, I would understand. Kind of, except for Mario, because first of all, like he always get one fall. If Deku don't get it, it's usually gonna go to Mario, if not Bakugo. I could give it to Bakugo, but I don't know. To make it more fair for him, I guess. But I'm not giving one for all Mario because, first of all, he'd be the most broken thing there by far. Because if y'all know Mario, then y'all know he shouldn't be having one fall, like, at all. It make the story way too quick. Like, just no threats at all. Like, nothing could handle him. Not even all for one. Nah. Mm-mm. But yeah, who y'all want to have one for all? Yeah. Who y'all want to have it? Y'all could pick anyone who's relevant Don't pick no obscure character, please. Pick someone who's relevant. Some people might say just bring up people that's like, I don't even know who that is, man. You're gonna have to pick someone else. All right. But what was I? All right. The press and the heroes and shit. All Might. Basically saying that Deku basically just saved this boy's life and pretty much the lives of anyone there, and they was like, "Wow, Bakugo, you have a pretty cool quirk." Well, they don't know his name. They was like, "Hey kid, you got a pretty cool quirk." They was asking to be interned, and the heroes were telling Deku that that was very dangerous, and Deku's like, "Well, it was better than doing absolutely nothing." So yeah, and he just had that playful smile, like at least I did something, anything. So that's much for you, heroes. And they kind of got salty, and they're like, and then the press started asking Deku questions. They was asking what his quirk was because, I mean, as you see, like they assume he has like an ice quirk or something, but he says, "Nah, my quirk is a bit more complicated than that." But I don't have time to answer a question like that. So yeah, he kind of turned his ice ability off. So yeah, he turns into Animal Deku, and yeah, so like I died. I completely. Let me see if I remember. Yeah. So like when he switches abilities, like it pops out of him, and he could just grab it again or inhale it again and save it, and he just turned into Animal Deku, and he kind of just dug a hole in the ground, basically, and he just went to his house, and yeah. Unfortunately, All Might didn't catch him because, well, he was underground. So, yeah, he goes home, and, he go kind of worried because he showed up kind of late, and, she's asking, "Is everything all right? Something happened?" And they could kind of try to lie about it, but he look at them. He look on the side and he sees the news and he's like, "Ooh, okay, can't lie. Yeah, I just had to take care of some business, Yeah, I take care of a villain. It wasn't all that." And it was like, she was like, "Well, as long as you're safe." And Nico was like, "How about some dinner?" And as soon as she said that, excuse me, ooh, Deku was like, "Ah, I thought you never ask." So yeah, hold on. Okay, I'm back. I completely forgot what happened after the Judgment Attack. I forgot they had like a whole 10-month break. Yeah, so yeah, the 10-month break and all that, and I might have to start writing this down because he has a lot of abilities, but did he gain any new abilities during the 10 months? Well, with all he has, I'd say the answer is yes. He didn't gain many because, I mean, he'll get them, that it'll take some time. I don't want to give him everything in the span of 10 months, so I'm going to give him at least, I want to give him, uh, I don't know. I'm gonna give him at least two new abilities, maybe three. Might give him three because I already know what's the first one I'm gonna give him. The first new ability he got during the 10 months was Fighter, because, well, yeah. And for those who don't know, that's the first thing I showed y'all, Fighter. So, um, he's basically Ryu. He's basically gonna fight like Ryu when he uses Fighter. What else? What else I'm gonna give him? Mm, I'm gonna give him Tornado. Um, Now, how did he get Tornado? Um, let's just say, during the 10 months, he was just going, you know, he was just training his fire quirk, and then he got hit by a strong wind blast. I guess you could say that. And it was I think his name is Izuna, the dude from Suketsu High, the dude that hate Todoroki. Uh, the dude with all the pipes, the dude with the wind quirk. Yeah, so Deku, he didn't really know what happened, so he just kind of automatic inhale, and he accidentally inhaled the dude. He know how to get people out quicker now. He just kind of force spit, like he spit out as hard as he could, and he basically became a star, and Deku kind of relaxed a little bit, and he became Tornado Deku, which, I mean, okay, yeah. So he basically becomes Tornado Kirby. Just imagine tornado hat. Yeah. He don't have the star. Just ignore the star. He doesn't have that. I'm not giving him the warp star yet. I mean, I could give him the warp star, but not now. I'm not giving him the warp star now. That's gonna be for a future thing. Um, but yeah, crap. What was that? Oh yeah, yeah. And he wanted to. He became Tornado Deku. He wanted to try his win. A technique, so whatever. So, Uzuna, I think that's his name, but he's a nice dude, so he's gonna help him out, I guess. He asked what his quirk was, which I still didn't come up with a name for it yet. Whoops, I forgot about that. Um, okay, so I had to really just remember and think about this. So I have three names I could give his quirk. Three names that I just randomly thought up. And that is, they're not that creative, so don't get on me on that. All right. If you could think of something better, please let me know. Please let me know. All right. So we have Omni Inhale, which, if you don't know what that means, it means basically inhale everything, any and all things. So yeah, Omni Inhale. Um, Adaptability, I guess, or just inhale, which honestly I might just go with just inhale. I don't know. If y'all could think of something better, just let me know, please, because wow, coming up names for these quirks sometimes is hard. It shouldn't be that hard, but it is. Okay, all right, and all right. He spent like a few weeks training on the wind tornado. Yeah. And the next one, all right, and the last ability I'm giving him is hammer. Um, how big is the hammer relative to Deku? It's more like a mallet, really, a giant mallet. I'd say it's about the size of Deku. Like, it's as tall as Deku's legs. So around 3 feet, I guess, 2 feet, I guess. And the hammer is like the hammer itself. I'd say it's at least I don't know how big it should be. I'd say about the size right there, but I don't know how to. I'd say at least three, no, four, 5 times bigger than a regular wooden hammer like that. So yeah, it's a pretty big ass hammer. So yeah, and he's gonna be wearing that thing around his head too. So yeah. But yeah, that's the three abilities I'm getting him. Which I completely forgot what. Oh, never mind, never mind, never mind. I gave him fighting, I gave him fighter, wind, and a hammer. So I'm just saying this so I can remember this later on in the future. He has stone, water, ice, animal, beetle, leaf, fighter, and hammer and the tornado. I'm gonna have to write that down. I'm definitely gonna have to start writing this down. I'm making it more and more like the list just gonna keep goes on. It's going on. It's just gonna last forever. Um, but yeah. Where was I? After the 10 months, Deku's hella strong. He's worked on his physical body too. Don't get me wrong. Like, let's say the first 5 months he worked on his quirk, and the last 5 months he worked on his physical body. So yeah. Um, it's about time, and he goes to it, and you know, he's walking with type confidence, with a little pep in his step, little joy. You know, uh, he was a bit too joyful because he wasn't. He saw Akatsuki. He saw Bakugo, and he's like, damn. And as soon as they made eye contact, Bakugo muttered like, "Damn freak." And yeah, Bakugo was still kind of hurt the fact that this dude got eaten. He got legitimate, like he legit got eaten. So he's still butthurt about that. So I mean, wouldn't you? I mean, I'd be pretty butthurt if someone, you know, eat me. Someone just ate me like that. Uh, and just spat me out. Like, yeah, he kind of, he's still shook about that, and he really, 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 really despises Deku for that. But it doesn't matter because we all know who's gonna win in the fight. It's Deku, by the way. All right, and Izuku, he falls, but um, Ochako doesn't really help him because he can float by himself. Like, he kind of just huffed and he started floating. So he just kind of, moved back. Like, he inhaled like some air and, he kind of huffed kind of like a balloon, little huff, not little balloon, not that big. Otaku was like, "Whoa, so that's your quirk, I assume." That was like, "Nah, that's just an aspect of it." And she was like, "Whoa, that's pretty cool." And she said, "It's pretty unlucky to fall." And just like, and Deck was like, "Yeah, I know. That's why I was prepared for stuff like that." And Deck was like, "Well, good luck and all that." And yeah, so he goes in and he takes the test, and let's just say he does relatively good. Um, he does better than Bakugo, but you know, there's still people that are smarter than him, like by a good chunk. Um, since Momo and Todoroki was there by recommendation, uh, actually no. Since those two are gone, the only one that's anywhere near his smartness is Ida and Bakugo. And everyone else is pretty much dumb as bricks, which is ironic because Kirby is dumb as bricks. Well, he's not dumb as bricks. He's just a child, I guess. But yeah, he's still smart. Don't think he's stupid. He's clueless, but he's not stupid. He's somewhat clueless, but he's not stupid, and he is innocent. But again, he's not stupid. All right, so yeah, he's pretty much on top. Then it's time for the practical, and yeah, it goes off without a hitch. And if you're curious if he has all of his abilities at this point in time, yes, he does. Yes, he does. But he's not going to use them all, of course. Because he tried to keep his ability used to a minimum just to, keep all of his cards, most of his cards to himself. So I'm not going to say which one he's going to use until, it actually starts. But before it starts, he's like, he's just looking at the door. He's like, "Let's get it, let's get it, let's get it." He's mumbling, "Let's get it," over and over. And Ida, want to walk up to Deku. He's like, you shouldn't be doing that. You're disturbing, the other, uh, students or whatever. Deku was like, he started inhaling, and yeah, Ida felt that. Like, he felt himself getting dragged in. Yeah, Izuku was like, and he started getting dragged in, and after that, and he excelled, and it kind of just blew Ida back. Like, not like that far, but it blew him back to where he was, and Ida was like, what was that? What in the world was that? And he just decided maybe he's not gonna mess with him, at least for now, until he finds out what the hell his quirks actually is. So, yeah. President Mike explained the rules and all that, all of the zero pointer. He explained the zero pointer, stuff like that, and he just like, go. What y'all waiting for? Go. There ain't no timers or nothing. When you're a real hero, you just go and do what you gotta do or whatever, And Aizawa was just nodding. He's like, yes. I don't think Aizawa was there, but I'm just saying Aizawa was there. He was like, yes, exactly. And so, yeah, Ida just zooms past, and he looks back and he just sees Izuku just standing there. He's like, what the? And everyone just looking back at this point. Well, most of them are. They're like, he's just standing there, and what Deku's doing, he's thinking about what abilities he should use. So, what he's gonna do is use Hammer. He's gonna use Hammer, and he's going to use maybe he's gonna use Hammer and Fighter. I think he's gonna use the most combat oriented abilities he has at this point. So at first people are still looking back at him, and a star, with a hammer emblem just pops out, and they're like, what the hell is that? And he inhales it, and he becomes Hammer Deku. And they're like, what the hell? And, Hammer Deku, he just started running full speed, and he's not as fast as Ida, but he's up there. I'd say he's about, let's just say Ida's faster, like on a straight path, but if they had all these turns and stuff, yeah, Izuku would definitely be at least on par with Ida on the turns and stuff, because Ida, he all he can do is run the straight line. He can't turn that good, so oof. So yeah, that's kind of a big oof in there. But anyway, the point is he's just whacking things with his hammer, and just because it's a wooden hammer doesn't mean it's gonna like fall apart with the first few hits. Yeah, it's a pretty sturdy damn hammer. Like, it's gonna take a lot to even think about breaking the hammer. It's not gonna break. Like, yeah, no, it's not gonna break like, at all. And it takes one swing, it takes one swing to take care of the 1 or 2 pointers, but for the 3 pointers, it takes him about 2 good swings. And he's just swinging like a madman. He's just going through these robots like they ain't shit, and they just look like, holy shit, he's going ham with that hammer. And then he kind of just stopped, and he popped out, the star. He threw up. Well, yeah, he kind of just spat out the star with the hammer. With the hammer icon on it, and he ate the one with the fighting on it, and he became Fighting Kirby. Okay, yeah, and he become Fighter Kirby. Yeah, and now he's just basically, fighting, throwing them hands, got them hands up and shooting Hadoukens, because he can do that, and Shoryukens, stuff like that. And Tatsumaki Seppukakus. Yeah, I know how to say that. Yeah. He does stuff like, he does basically almost every move Ryu can learn. And and he's racking up points like crazy, and the teachers are like, "Holy shit, what is this dude quirk? Like, this is insane. Like, he's going way off right now. His it's so weird." And All Might's like, "Oh, so it looks like he gained some new abilities." Or either that, or he was holding back when he said all the abilities. But Deku's not a type of person to hold back his abilities. He is, but he ain't gonna lie to All Might. So he just assumed that's a new ability, which it is. Um, but yeah, after that, Ochako, she gets stuck. Everyone started running. 0 pointer coming. Ochako's stuck. Deku's like, yeesh, man, I really want to run away, but he's a hero at heart, so he can't do that. And yeah, he tries to run after Ochako. He tries to pick up all the rocks and stuff, but that kind of doesn't work. So he has to type improvise. So he's thinking about he should, fight the 0 pointer, but he's not sure if, him and his fighting, with his fighting ability is actually going to cut it. So he's like, what ability do I, like, he's thinking like he should use another ability. He's like, what ability do I have that could actually work? And he thought of one. He's like, oh yeah. Yep, that's right. New bomb Kirby. Now, yeah, he kind of changed his hat during the 10 months. Now, you're probably asking, how is that even possible? Let's just say when his quirks get stronger, it kind of changes, or the older you get, it kind of changes, gets more of his own personalized look, and that's the result. Yeah. So, yeah, he creates a giant bomb with his hand, and like the teachers are like, "Holy crap!" And unlike Kirby, Deku has way more control of the explosion. By that I mean he can choose who it affects and who it doesn't affect. So he makes a giant bomb and he chucks it at 0 pointer, and it's big. How big is it? It's about as big as the 0 pointer itself, like the head of the 0 pointer at least. And it just explodes, and it makes a pretty big ass explosion. Like, it just boom. The head is completely gone. The whole top part is fucked up. The head's gone, and the legs kind of just lift off, and it fell backwards. It's like, it was like, holy shit. And I ain't even gonna lie, it was a ridiculous explosion. It made the clash between Deku and Todoroki, that explosion, it made that look like child's play. Hell, it made that explosion, spoilers from the movie, by the way, when Bakugo, yes, spoilers for the My Hero movie, the newest one, the Two Heroes one. When Bakugo had one fall, it made that explosion that he did, it looks like absolute doo-doo butter. Okay, look, it just looked like straight up doo-doo water. Okay, compared to, yeah, it was that big of a fucking explosion. So yeah, after that, the test is pretty much over with, because I mean, after they saw that explosion, they all jaw dropped. Pretty sure someone's drop fell off. Like, someone's drop fell off. Someone's jaw fell off, and they was like, "What the fuck?" And they like, "Huh?" Ooh. And after that, they say the tests were done, and yeah, after that, Deku went home and all of that. He was making a show to, he asked if Ochako was okay. She said yeah and all that. And yeah, everything's all good in Copacetic. Ida is now terrified of Deku now. Just saying that. And yeah. And Deku goes home. He eats a feast, like always. Like literally every day he eats a feast. And yeah. But I'm gonna have to end it. Yeah. I know. Yeah, I know. I'm ending it on this note. Don't forget to like and subscribe, hit that notifications, all that, cause you know how YouTube be. So, but yeah. Let's see what else. If I'm forgetting anything. Nah. Yeah, that's it. Well, all right. Peace. Out.